Ni hao, this is Dora and you're watching Mandarin Revealed. Mandarin Revealed is on YouTube. Please subscribe to get words and sentences that will help you learn the Chinese language. We are also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So I want to take time to explain to you why I encourage Kenyans to learn the Chinese language and culture. Majority of us interact with Chinese people through business. Many of us travel to China to buy things at an affordable price and come back home and sell them. Others interact with them here in construction businesses. Okay? So the main reason why I encourage people to learn the language and the culture is so that understanding comes in. Let me tell you, Chinese people are a community that is very challenging. It's very different. For I don't know why, but we find it easy to interact with white people. We have found it easy to interact with other communities, but we find it very hard to interact with Asian communities. I believe even Indians experience the same issues. And it's because of their different culture. And the Chinese people are part of that now. Many people are finding it very challenging to work with Chinese people. And now it becomes even worse if you do not understand their language and you do not understand their culture. Majority of the times, my classes especially, they are more of the basic communication, day-to-day communication, that you're able to work with a Chinese and have some small talk in the office. Just basic, simple sentences, simple words that will help you interact with Chinese and try to understand them. The beautiful thing about this is, about what is happening now, is the Chinese people are learning English back at home. Now in schools they are being taught. In university you cannot graduate if you have not done English. So majority of Chinese people who are coming to Africa understand the English language. So especially people who are working in offices, majority of them know English, and their English is way better because others studied abroad, some Chinese studied abroad, so their English is very good. And for us as Africans, we really, let me say, as Africans, we really push them aside because we're like, I do not understand you, so I do not want to interact with you. So the Chinese are the same way. They look at us and they say, I don't understand you, so we are not going to work together. That's why there's a lot of friction. And being a foreigner in a foreign country, it is hard for me, for a foreigner to just come and start talking to a local, okay? So it is easier if locals are the ones who first start by understanding the person. So like now is for us Kenyans trying to understand who the Chinese people are. Okay, so that it makes the Chinese person also feel comfortable, that they are welcome into their country. So I believe it is a good thing to learn the language. I'm not saying that you need to learn the whole of it, that you're able to even read a newspaper. It's not a must. As long as you're able to have basic of communication, like let's go out for coffee, or I invite you to my house for dinner. Basic sentences that will make Chinese feel at home in Kenya. I believe that we will improve the associations that we have with the Chinese people. Chinese people are just human beings like us, but they are closed because of where they come from. Their society doesn't allow them to be open. So because of that wall that they have built, when they come to Kenya and they find that people don't like them, they close it even more. The wall even becomes even higher. So even interacting with them becomes very hard. But I have noticed that the more I sit down and talk to them and ask them questions about their home, they warm up. And you can even see it. When you see a Chinese who has interacted with a local, you can see the difference with one who has just landed from China and has no idea of what Kenya is all about. You will notice that Chinese who have stayed here for more than 8 years, 10 years, who have interacted with Kenyans are more comfortable than the ones who are just here for 2 years, 1 year. Okay? So I am encouraging you to just step out of your comfort zone and try to understand a new culture, a different culture. For me, when I was in China, I learned a lot of discipline. Chinese are disciplined individuals. They are good at what they do. They decide to be focused on something and they do it well. So that is one of the good things that I learned from China. And I believe if we continue to interact with them, these are things that we will learn ourselves to improve you as an individual and to improve us as a society. Me personally, many people have faulted me and telling me, oh, I am helping Chinese to come and colonize our country. But for me, I want to empower us to be in a place where I know who you are. So you cannot come and take what belongs to me. So you are in a place to tell a Chinese, no, that is not how it's done in Kenya. No, this is not how you say it in Kenya. Because you've understood how they think. You've understood why they think the way they think. Because my classes are both of language and culture. So there's a perspective that will change. And you will be able to understand that, whoa, they're not doing this out of malice, but they're just doing it out of ignorance because they don't know. Okay, so let's allow ourselves to find new friends, because Chinese are good friends and friends who take friendship to heart. So these are new friends. Let's think of them as Americans, as Canadians, but now they're speaking a totally different language. We are more comfortable with Americans and the British and the people from Canada, and it's because of English. We are comfortable with French people because majority of West Africans speak French. So we are more comfortable about French. So Chinese is a new thing. It is coming up. It is very different. Writing is different. Speaking is different. So we are finding it hard. But I am hoping that with time, we will be able to be open to just understand these people, to understand who they are. Try to get out of your comfort zone. Find out who you are. Just away from the norm, because Chinese will definitely keep you out of your comfort zone. So let's learn Chinese language. Let's learn Chinese culture. Let them, because I know I've interacted with Chinese people. I teach Chinese people English, and they are learning the Kenyan culture. They read newspapers. They see our news. So they know who Kenyan people are. So as they continue to find out who Kenyans are, let us also take time to understand how Chinese people think. So join me in Mandarin Revealed as I teach you basic sentences that will help you interact with Chinese people. Let's watch these culture videos so that I'm able to explain to you how Chinese people think. And let these two cultures come together, because I believe there are more benefits and advantages to this relationship than the disadvantages that we really focus on. 谢谢，再见。